Good morning. Good morning. Maybe just have to have y'all scooch this way a little bit because the camera's right there. So just like, you should be fine, but there is plenty of room this way, so just to make space. Massage balls, strap, 2 blocks, blanket, bolster, all the things. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for being here. Like really, so grateful that people show up. Some of you have been here since the beginning of times. Thank you for still being here. I really do live for this and all of you. As far as the yoga tradition goes, our little like very side underground tributary of the yoga tradition, not mainstream yoga tradition as far as the tradition goes. We subvert that kind of hierarchical thing that happens in a lot of yoga traditions and just like a lot of traditions in general. So like we sit together and like I'll teach you yoga and I'm sure you have tons to teach me. Kind of goes like that, like we're in it together and it's about solidarity. And one of like the highest teachings of our tradition is you are the company you keep, so keep good company. And that's really what it feels like when we're together in this way. I just feel like such a lucky person to be in the company of such true greatness. And you always hear me say it at the end of every class, but really, not only do I thank you for your practice and your presence, but really, truly, with all my heart, I thank all of you for what you do every single day out there in this life. Like, I know you're all out there we're all out there doing the best we can to like get by and get through and have a positive impact. And even if we don't know each other well, like I know and I trust that that's what we're all out there doing, and that is literally what keeps me going. So thank you. And I get to be here and sort of teach what I most need to learn. So I'm always, when I take this seat, it is with total humility. Like I'm always here to just teach what I'm working on myself. Happy Thanksgiving. I've just been thinking a lot about mythology in general lately. My sort of obsession with yoga is a lot of the yoga mythology, which I share throughout the year. And since going to Greece last year for the first time, I'm now obsessed with Greek mythology, like really obsessed. And just thinking also about American mythology and how today is such an emblem of American mythology. And a few weeks ago, Melissa, who usually sits up here with me on Sundays, asked in class, are there any stories in which the demon is female? Because a lot of the stories we tell, there's like a male demon, and then the goddess defeats the demon. And then so after that, I started telling the story of Ayappa and his battle with Mahisha-Asura's sister. Great story, hopefully in the YouTube archive somewhere. And I was just thinking, I was contemplating this morning about today, and I don't mean this in like a dumping way at all. Like I really do think that as adults, many of us American adults in the room, even if you're not an American adult, it's an interesting, valuable, worthwhile story to study. That like we should be curious and seek the truth. And our mythology is that like the demons win in our story. Like, the demons won. And then they retell the story and they kind of whitewash it and erase it. And I'm thinking about just what some of you, like I heard someone in the room say like, I need this if I'm gonna go deal with my family later. there is something that continues to play out in the American myth where like, I'm just gonna say something that you might not wanna hear. Like, anyone ever wanna like kill someone because of lines of difference? Like you're sitting at the table and you're like holding the knife. And then you have, your good Ganesha, you have your divine Ganesha inside of you to like keep that in. But that there is something about the way we tell this myth that we have to be honest and truthful and then like look for the truth in the lie. Does that make sense? So we can't just deny the truth, but is there also a truth in the lie? Like, that game, Two Truths and a Lie? We should do that at Thanksgiving, like Thanksgiving history, Two Truths and a Lie. And so, like, maybe the repair, and I'm not saying this was like useful or skillful, but interesting is that like, oh, fuck. We killed each other across lines of difference, and now how do we sit with each other across lines of difference? And so the myth is that we can actually come together in a peaceful way and sit with each other across lines of difference. And there is beauty and value and virtue in that story. The problem with the story is that it's predicated on a lie, but the story actually has more value and virtuosity if that story is predicated on a truth. Does that make sense? Like, we even just think about what's going on in the current world. Like, we'll never have peace if we can't just honor the truth and sit together across lines of difference. Does that make sense? And so I think that the history of the holiday is sordid and fucked up, but the ritual does really have value, and I'm actually like inspired. If I want to get to the place in intimacy with some of my family members where I could ask some honest questions based on curiosity across lines of difference. What that will require of me in my practice today is to get very grounded, very connected to my breath so that I can sustain being very connected to my heart, so that when I stretch myself outside of the comfort zone of my own values and beliefs, I don't pick up the knife, right? But that we can have a conversation. And so back to our tradition, like fluency in our tradition is the ability to have the conversation. And the conversation is as deep and rich and potent as there are seats in the room. And the only way to have a conversation means like verse means to turn, in that word con, like with turns. And so like we have to keep taking turns and asking questions. And when the questions stop being asked, the conversation stops. And so fluency in yoga is always the ability to be grounded and centered and ask the next question. Does that make sense? And so we'll do that in our practice today. I just want us to get like really grounded in ourselves, in our breath, in our hearts. We'll do some heart openers. We also do metta practice this time of year, so we'll wrap up with a metta practice. It could be in your shavasana if you prefer to sit in meditation or use all these props you have for a restorative posture. We'll do that final guided meditation at the end of our practice. Metta is a meditation practice for cultivating loving kindness towards oneself, those we love, those who are neutral, those who are difficult, and then to all beings everywhere, near and far, known and unknown. And it's a very yummy practice. Any requests? Shoulders. Everyone has massage balls? If not, I'll come around with them. Raise your hand if you don't have massage balls. Teresa, do you have some over there? Okay, thanks for being here, Teresa. Okay, so shoulders. It's not a speak now or forever hold your peace model. So as we dial into the body, if you're feeling something, have requests, call them out. And everything I offer for the new folks, welcome. Everything I offer is an invitation, not an obligation. So please feel free to take it or leave it, modify, spectate, hydrate as you like. That's our yoga. Let's start reclined. Have your balls handy, your massage balls. So one of the great virtues that we can cultivate on this day and every day and at every table we find ourselves at is to be curious. To be curious and interested. You can just lay yourself down to rest for a moment. Feel the unconditional support of gravity, the lap of the earth where we are all connected. The lap of the earth where we are all connected. And now notice your breath. And just by turning your awareness to your breath, notice if and how naturally your breath begins to deepen and expand. The entire physical practice of yoga is first and foremost in service to the breath, to the gift of life that each breath offers. The physical practice is a strategy of aligning ourselves, engaging ourselves, and stretching ourselves through aligned engagement in order to really enhance and optimize our capacity for breath, for energy, for life. In turn, this enhances our bandwidth, our stamina, our endurance for the lifetime that we're given. As best you can, breathe in and out through your nose for the duration of your practice, unless otherwise needed or desired, to give a nice exhale through the mouth. In fact, let's do 3 of those just to start. Deep breath in through the nose. Pause at the top, take a beat, just take a moment to taste your fullness, and then exhale with an audible sigh. 2 more times like this, very slowly at your own pace. This is a great release. And so know that this in and of itself is a tool in your tool belt. And at the bottom of the 3rd breath, let the mouth close, but with the lips touching, let there be space between your upper and lower teeth, so the jaw is soft. And then inhale the breath through the nose, trace it in and down, let it fill you up. The breath ignites the heart. And as you exhale slowly through your nose, let the breath carry the indwelling light of the heart from inside out. And so 3 more times, visualizing the breath like this, the breath pours itself into you, into the depths of your being. It fills you up. On that filling up, the breath ignites the heart like a match. And as you exhale, the light of the heart emanates from inside out, turning on the lights, the indwelling lights with the breath, and allowing that light to emanate. Bring your hands to the low belly if they're not already. Thumbs barely touching below the navel, index fingers barely touching near the pubic bone. And as you inhale, feel the hands lift and spread on the breath. And as you exhale, feel the belly soften and the fingertips come a little closer together. So just delivering the next 2 breaths a little deeper into the low belly, hips, and pelvis. Deep belly breathing. This is so good for digestion and grounding. And then keeping one hand on the belly, with one hand, find the rhythmic beating of your heart. Keep the breath slow and deep, deep and full. And in this moment, take a moment to notice the unconditional support of gravity, the unconditional presence of the breath, and the extraordinary sacred hub where these 2 great energies coalesce, where they join together in the yoga of breath and gravity. We get the rhythmic beating of the heart, wherein the voice of the true teacher resides, always present, intrinsically peaceful, utterly powerful, and luminous. never further than the heart, which is never further than the breath. Stretch your legs out long, reach your arms overhead, huge breath in. Let the center expand from inside out. Exhale through parted lips. And then bend your legs, feel the feet on the ground. Find your massage balls and place the massage balls right in between the shoulder blades, a little lower than the tops of the shoulders. We're gonna start a little deeper, right in between the shoulder blades on the upper back. We'll work our way back to the north. We'll get up to those upper traps, but we really want one on either side of the spine, lower than the neck, between the tops of the shoulder blades. And if you're not sure, just call me over, especially if you're new here. And then we'll interlace the hands behind the head. And for some of you, you'll want to point the elbows more towards. Some of you, the elbows will fall open to the sides. That part doesn't matter. Just do what suits you there. And as you exhale, we're going to lift the head and shoulders up. You can point your elbows to your knees. And as you inhale, lie back. More times like this, slowly at your own pace, like a cat-cow, linking breath and movement the way we would in cat-cow. And if you want more, that's a big if, okay? So listen to your body, listen to your breath. If you want more, you can stand through your feet and lift your hips up as well. And after another round or two, maybe slide the balls a little bit lower. So you could stand through your feet to lift your hips up. Push through your legs to drive your body north on your mat so that the balls roll south an inch or two more towards the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. And continue moving in the currents of your breath. Follow the breath so the breath slightly precedes any action, any movement. The breath is the guide. Massaging the back, bottom of the heart. Notice what you feel, how it feels, where you feel, and be curious about it. Like, what lives where? And then lift the hips up and lower your hips down closer to your heels so the balls roll north. Can take a few more rounds of cat-cow if you feel like you missed anything along the way. And now keep scooching your hips towards your feet. You could walk your feet out, scooch your hips towards your feet. So you're inching the body south and the balls are rolling north, right up to the bottom of the neck, tops of the shoulders. Bottom of the neck, tops of the shoulders. Reach your arms straight up to the sky. Walk your feet so they're right underneath the knees, and then stand through your feet to lift your hips up. Press the center back of the skull down. And then push through your legs to drive your upper trapezius muscles into those balls. And you can rock through the legs, so sort of press the upper traps into those balls, or you could be more still, breathing through the nose. If you want more, one at a time or both at the same time, you could reach your arms towards the floor overhead. Breathe into what can't be seen but can be felt, lighting the unlit corners. And on the exhale, lower the hips and remove the balls. And hug your knees in towards. Wrap your arms around your legs for loving embrace. Between the legs and hold the outer shins, ankles, or edges of the feet for happy baby. We usually do this at the end of class. And take a moment to honor and embrace the you that you were, the you that you can't even remember. Happy baby pose. Can rock from side to side, and then hug the legs together again. Take a moment to embrace the you that you've always been, your essence, your virtuosity. And then stretch your legs out long, reach the arms overhead, and from inside out, stretch yourself on the currents of the breath. Take a moment to embrace and affirm the you that you are becoming, that you've yet to become. And then bend the legs, feet on the floor, roll to one side, press through strong arms. We'll meet in tabletop position, hands at the top corners of the mat. You can pad your knees with a blanket if you like. As you exhale, round your back. Inhale to arch. 3 more cycles of cat-cow. Again, just dialing into the fabric of the body. Notice what you feel, how it feels, where you feel it. Prioritize the breath. We often think of ourselves as a body with a breath. This is the time we take to experience ourselves as a breath with a body. And then when you're around others, just the way in which each one of us is like a bead or a pearl or a gem on a thread, on a garland. The way the breath connects us to each other from heart to heart, regardless of perceived differences. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take your time. You can pedal the feet from side to side, stretch through the soles of the feet, the backs of the legs. You can bend one leg a lot and then take a few breaths into the back of the opposite leg. Notice what you feel, how it feels, where you feel it. On the inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Look forward as you exhale, big step through to lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Right knee and toes point head. On the exhale, big step forward, standing tall mountain. Right hand finds the left wrist. Reach up and over to the right. Find a stretch through the left waistline. Anchor all your weight down through the left leg and then look towards your heart, look towards your center to slide the sides of the waist back, the rib cage back. Keep that. Now bring your ears back and then the biceps back. Inhale to reach up through center. As you exhale, follow your breath, bend the legs. See that the knees and toes point straight ahead. Sit back and down. Anchor through the heels as you reach the arms forward and up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Shift your weight into your right heel. Lift the left heel up. Left heel to left butt cheek. Stretch the left leg straight back behind you. Exhale, catch the lunge. Big breath in. On the exhale, plant the hands, downward facing dog. And pedal the feet and notice any changes, maybe any subtle newfound space. Push through the arms to launch through the hips and ground through the heels. On your inhale, float the left leg to the sky. With your exhale, catch your lunge. On the inhale, reach up, stretch up, crescent lunge. Follow your breath. As you exhale, big step forward, standing tall mountain. Ground through the stretch up through the sides of the waist, the crown, the arms, and with the left hand, find the right wrist, reach up and over to the left. Find a stretch somewhere through the right side body. Send your weight through the right leg. So the hips sway to the right and you ground through the right leg. And then look in towards your heart, your center. Ribs back, head back. Now bring your top bicep back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the legs deep. Fingertips tap the earth. Change nothing in the legs as you inhale, reach the arms forward. Stay deep in your left leg. Just lift the right heel, then right heel to right butt cheek, and then stretch the right leg back. Catch the lunge, big breath in. Woo. Exhale, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Inhale to plank. Exhale, slowly lower towards the earth in the style of you. Inhale for cobra. Press the hands down and back towards the feet. Press the tops of the feet down and hug the legs together. And as you pull the hands back towards the legs, reach the heart forward and up. On an exhale, take downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Left knee and toes point straight ahead. Exhale, big step forward to balance on the left leg. Cross ankle over thigh and sit deep into chair pose. You can reach forward. If you feel wobbly, just bring your hands to blocks in front of you. Wherever you are, flex the right foot, bend deeper in the left leg, and then widen your left knee a little to the left and pull your right shin to the right. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, step it back to lunge. Big breath in. Exhale, plant the hands. Downward facing dog. The breath ignites the heart. The splendor of the heart informs, illuminates, inspires the mind and the body. You're in the gift of conscious breathing embodiment. With your inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Right leg or your second side. Reach up. And on the exhale, big step forward. Ankle over thigh. Chair pose, pigeon chair. Standing knee and toes point straight ahead. Flex the left foot, sit back and down, and then pull the right knee to the right and the left shin to the left. On the inhale, rise up. Exhale, thread it back to lunge. Big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath to heart, heart to mind, mind to body. Let the breath carry the body to plank. The exhale to lower towards the earth. The inhale for cobra, extra breath with chest, lungs, and heart open. Root through the fingertips, root through the toenails, and pull the hands towards the feet to open the chest, the lungs, the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let the breath feed the heart. Let the heart feed the mind and body. On the inhale, let's float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Find your blocks, and we're going to take the blocks out in front of us. Tight hamstrings, blocks will be on their highest. Less tight hamstrings, you can take them down a notch, or ditch them. It's early, these are warm-ups, so I recommend starting with the blocks high. We have them. Right knee and toes point straight ahead. Reach the blocks out in front of you, and then shift your weight just into your right foot and let the left toes hover. Stay deep, like in a lunge. Turn the back toes in, squeeze the back leg straight and strong to the midline, and then rather than trying to lift the back foot up, just press the back knee and thigh up. Now push the front leg straight. Think kneecap up more than back. Bring your right hand to your right hip and tack. Really manually pull that right hip back. Do we feel something a little more there? And as you pull the right hip back, press the left block down and forward to draw the rib cage up into the back body. Turn your back toes in and lift the back inner knee and thigh higher. And push into the block and draw the bottom ribs up. And then press the inseam of the back leg 1 more inch. And then push into the block and lift the inseam of the back leg 1 more inch. Exhale, step it back to lunge. Downward facing dog. Breathe, feel, notice any newfound space through which the light of awareness traverses the interior landscape on the currents of the breath, more deeply, more fully, more freely. On your inhale, float the left leg straight up and back, look forward, exhale, catch your lunge. This can be super different from side to side. Reach the blocks way out in front of you. Then tip, like just come onto the tippy toes of your back foot to shift your weight, tip your weight into your front leg. Flex the back foot, let it just hover off the earth. Turn the back toes in, squeeze the muscles of the back leg to the bone. And as you hug the back leg to the midline and try to lift your thigh bone up, now push your standing leg straight. And try not to let that knee lock back. Think kneecap up, thigh bone back. Left hand to left hip crease. Pull the left hip crease back. Turn the back toes in. Squeeze the back leg straight and strong to the midline. And as you push the right block down and forward, lift the inner seam of the back leg up. Pull the left hip crease back. Press the block down and forward so that the ribs in front sort of lift up into the back body. And as the ribs lift up, press the inseam of the back thigh up. One more breath. Exhale, step back to lunge, downward dog. Linking vinyasa in the style of you, if and as you like. It's an invitation always, never an obligation. You can always stay in dog, rest in child's pose. Vinyasa in the style of you is anything from what may be deemed traditional to cat-cow, table puppy, anything that intentionally links breath and movement or breath and action in this case. On an inhale, we'll float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through to lunge. Let's pivot the feet to the left for a wide-legged forward fold, just mindful of head to butt ratio here, everyone. Hands could be to the floor or blocks. Look at your feet and make them parallel. And just bend the left leg a tiny bit, just until you find and feel a stretch through the inner right thigh. Breathe into what can't be seen but can be felt. Let the head be heavy. Push the left leg towards straight. Bend into the left leg just a teensy bit until you find and feel a stretch through the inner left thigh. And again, breathe into the depths of your being, what can't be seen but can be felt. Push the right leg straight, turn the right knee. Actually, let's go turn the right knee and toes through lunge. And let's take a big step forward. Fold over your legs, bow to your heart. Heel toe your feet a little bit wider, just like hips width to outer hips width apart. Bend your legs and let your torso rest on your thighs. Bring your hands around your outer shins to the backs of your calves. And use your hands to sort of manually hug the outer shins in and lift the calves up and press them forward. I'm going to say that one more time. Manually, you're going to wrap your hands around your lower legs and hug the shins in and press the calves forward and up. Like you're holding the muscles and you're pressing the muscles forward and up. Keeping that, can you hug the shoulder blades together? Try to hold something right in between your shoulder blades. And now press your thigh bones back as much as you can. Press the calves forward, hug the shoulder blades together, and press your thigh bones back. Good, keep that. Hug your feet to the midline, that'll help. Interlace your hands behind your head. Point your elbows towards your shins. Keep the heels heavy, but tip into the balls of your feet. And now suck your armpits in and push your head into your hands to come all the way up to standing by pressing the head back. Tadasana. We warmish? Too warm? Yes. How about more fanage? Yeah. The heat is not running. Let me see. I did crank it from bed this morning knowing that it would be very cold when we came in, but I was saying I think I went too far. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, and then you can play with the fans if you want, Teresa. It's Help us out. They could go full blast, and then it kind of sounds like we're getting ready to take off if you're new here, and then we can lower them down. But it feels nice when they're full blast. Okay, find your bolster. And you're going to take the bolster behind your back like this. If your arms are long enough, you can bring your hands to your hips. You could, or you don't have to do that. And press the bolster into your body. Draw the shoulder blades together. You feel that? Slide the head back. And then the bottom ribs in front, slide those towards the bolster. And you feel your core sort of catch. Okay, let's take a wide stance facing the stairwell wall. Is that side 2-ish? Yeah. Take your feet about as wide as you would for a standing forward fold. Hug the bolster into the back body. Slide the ribs back. Hug the shoulder blades together, the head back. Pull the feet towards each other. Big breath in. Feel the inner thighs activate, keeping that hinge halfway forward. Just halfway. Keep lifting your middle back into the bolster. Hug the shoulder blades together. Try to keep your head in line with your hips and pelvis. Hug your feet towards each other. And on your next exhale, fold the rest of the way. Prasarita Padottanasana. Hug the bolster into your body. Press your body into the bolster. Hug the bolster into your body with your arms, and then press your body into the bolster. On the inhale, hug the feet towards each other. Come all the way up to standing. Put the bolster to the side. Turn your right knee and toes through lunge. Step it back to downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Bring the hands to the top corners of the mat if they're not already. Spread the fingers evenly. Press the inner edges of your hands down. Edges of the hands down. Claw the fingertips, spread the toes. Pivot your heels to the left. So right foot in front of the left foot, heels to the left, toes to the right. Open the right arm to the sky. Press the inner edge of the bottom hand down and forward and lift your hips up as high as you can, as high as you can. And as you lift through the hips, stand through the legs, push through the legs, and maybe reach the right arm overhead, like the right fingertips are trying to touch the floor, and the left hip, the bottom hip, is trying to touch the sky. Exhale to downward facing dog. Pivot the heels to the right. Left foot in front of the right foot, toes to the left, heels to the right. Open the left arm to the sky. Press the inner edge of the bottom hand down and forward. Lift your hips up high. Stand through the legs. And from the left hip lifting, reach the left arm overhead like you're trying to touch the floor. And on the exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Exhale through to pigeon prep. Take your blocks high in front of you or framing your hips. Tuck your back toes under. Peek over your left shoulder just to see that your back, knee, and heel are right in line with your hip. And then blocks can be in front of you or framing your front leg. We want the back toes tucked under with more weight on the big toe ball mound and outer knee. And then keeping that, bend the back leg, your left hand will find the left foot behind you. At least three of the deepest, fullest breaths here. Press the back knee down and forward. Draw the front knee and hip crease back. If you feel steady, maybe right hand to the right thigh, hip. Maybe right arm takes flight. On the exhale, carefully release. We're going to take it back to three-legged dog. Right leg high to the sky. Open the hips, bend the top leg. Keep that left armpit lifting as you try to foot high five the person to your left. Now exhale, carve that knee towards the heart, right knee to the chest. Take the right knee towards the left arm. Drop the inner left heel to the ground and stretch your right leg straight out to the right. Open the left arm to the sky. Push through the legs, lean back over the shoulder blades for fallen triangle. You got it, beautiful. Change nothing in the legs, just bring the left hand to the floor and lift the left heel up and keep pushing through the inner edge of your front foot. Are we right in that IT band now? Ish. Slide the right knee towards the right wrist for a resting pigeon. Forearms to the floor or blocks or bolster in front of you. Try to keep lifting that outer front heel up as you walk the back knee back. And then as you inhale, pull the knees towards each other and try to square your hips. That means left hip forward, right hip back. And then maybe scooch the back knee back. Belly breath. That means inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly softens. Plant your hands. Downward facing dog. Check it out from side to side. How do the fans feel now? Is that a little better? Okay. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale through to pigeon prep, left knee wide to the left. Lower the back knee down, blocks high in front of you. Can peek over your shoulder. So a lot of times that back knee and foot kind of splay out to the side. We want the back knee and foot right in line with the hip socket there. And then you walk the back knee back just as much as you can and then pull the knees towards each other to plug into center. When you do that, you'll get a lift. Bend the back leg. With your right hand, find your right foot for a thigh stretch. Press the back knee down and forward as you draw the right shoulder up and back. Slow breath, jaw soft, brow soft. Maybe left hand to the left thigh, hip, or sky. Gently release. We're going to take it to three-legged dog. That front leg's going up and back to the sky. Open the hips. Keep the right armpit lifting as you bend the top leg. Foot high five to your neighbor on the right. No daggers, just high fives. And now we'll carve the knee in towards the heart. Core plank. Knee to the opposite arm. Drop the inner back heel to the earth and extend your left leg straight out to the right. Open the right arm up to the sky. Fallen triangle. Push through the legs to lean back over your shoulder blades. With an exhale, right hand to the floor. Change nothing in the legs. Just lift the back heel to the sky. Push through the arms kind of like downward dog. You can even sort of pulse between downward dog and plank there to see where it feels meaningful in your front leg. Now we'll slide the left knee outside the left wrist for pigeon. This time we're resting. Forearms to the floor, blocks or bolster in front of you. Pull the knees towards each other. Square the hips. So again, right hip forward, left hip back. Keep that as you inch the back knee back. And then inhale, pull the knees towards each other, square the hips. Keep that as you inch the back knee back. Plant the hands, downward facing dog. Inhale for plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana or bypass. Inhale for cobra. Cobra dog or up dog if you feel ready. Extra breath with the heart wide open, whatever that means to you. And on the exhale, lower down to the ground. Place a block in front of you. Bring your right cheek to the block and reach your right arm out to the side. Down to the side will be less intense. Out to the side more intense. Up to the side most intense. And just negotiate with your neighbor. Make good neighbors. Come high on left fingertips and then take your left leg to the floor behind you. Pec stretch, yeah, front of the shoulder, pec. Inhale to center, stretch the left arm out to the left cheek to the block. Come high on your right fingertips. And then roll on to the left side, the right foot comes to the floor behind you. Inhale to center. Press through your hands to sit back on your knees. Okay, this is not one size fits all, but it makes a huge difference. So please, if you've done this with me before, help your neighbor, especially like teachers in the room. First, we're gonna do Dhanurasana, that's bow pose. In fact, let's do one bow pose. Just have your blanket handy. Come onto your belly. I feel like the comparison is worthwhile if you haven't done this. Bring your knees together. Bend your legs, flex your feet. Reach back for your shins, ankles, or outer edges of your feet. If you can't reach, then just keep your hands like you would for cobra. Press your knees down and reach your heart forward and up. Best variation. And if you can bind yourself to yourself, kick your legs back into your hands. As you inhale, hug the knees in and down. As you exhale, kick your feet back. One more breath. And then gently release. Make a pillow with your hands. Notice the rhythmic beating of your heart, the presence of the breath, the unconditional support of gravity. Place the hands, tuck the toes, sit back on your heels. Okay, so now we want to place this blanket under us so it helps to tip us back into our knees. When we do that back bend on our bellies, the tendency is to lose awareness of connection to the strength of the legs, and then we just like bend in the middle or low back where we're bendy, and all that pressure goes right to the belly. So let me lower this a little. Some people are gonna need this more towards their ribs, and some are gonna need it more towards their pelvis. I think I'm more, and some people like it like right at the belly. I like to have it so that when I lay on it, I feel like it's tipping my pubic bone towards the floor. So I'm like in the area between my navel and pubic bone where we had the hands in the beginning of class. But again, it's not exactly one size fits all because our spines are a little different, but we still love each other, right? So our spines are a little different. And then if you reach back, you should feel like the blanket is tipping you back towards your legs. If you feel like the blanket is tipping you towards your chest, then you need to scooch forward or back on the blanket. My tip would be scooch back so the blanket comes higher. Does that make sense? Until you feel like you're actually like, when you lay like this, you're tipping more weight into your legs, okay? Oh, I like with the bolster. We have bolsters. Look at Caroline with the bolster. So you could also use your bolster if you want more. Hug the knees to the midline and kick your feet back. Does that feel different? If you feel like you're tipping forward, then you gotta scooch yourself back so the prop comes higher. It's better, right? Gently release. Plant the hands, tuck the toes, downward facing dog, pedal it out. On the inhale, lift the heels and pivot the heels to the left, turn the toes to the right, open the right arm to the sky. You gotta press the inner edge of the bottom hand down to protect the wrist. Now very carefully look at your feet, step your front foot behind you onto the wood floor. Keep looking for your feet, parallel your feet. Bring your top hand to your heart center, to your sternum, and then push through your legs to press your heart into your hand and press your hand into your heart. Look for the floor. See the floor. If you want to, you can reach out and touch the floor. Now hand back to the heart. Lower the hips a little bit. Look for your feet. The leg on the mat's going to go back out long. The foot behind you will step forward. Wrap yourself around yourself all the way back into downward facing dog. And then lower the knees, sit back on the heels. Okay, because we're live streaming and I don't have all the assistants today. I didn't get to see how that went. Questions, comments? It's okay? Second side? Okay, downward facing dog. Breathe through this. And rather than the forms, think about this as like a technique of wrapping yourself around yourself. of finding the center and then sort of braiding yourself beautifully around your center. We'll pivot the heels to the right, I think. Turn your toes to the left. Open the left arm to the sky. Press the inner edge of the hand down and forward. Lift the hips up. Bring your right hand to your heart center. Look for your feet. The front foot steps behind you onto the bamboo. Look for your feet. Parallel your feet, knees, and thighs, and then push through your legs to press your heart into your hand and your hand into your heart. Leave a heart print on your hand and a hand print on your heart. And then if you desire, you can look for the floor, see the floor, maybe reach out and touch the floor. Bring the hand back to the heart center, reconnect. Look for your feet, your legs, your ground. Leg on the mat goes long, foot behind you steps forward, downward facing dog. Breath to heart, heart to mind, mind to body. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower all the way onto your belly and roll onto your back. Let's roll onto the back and place a block between the thighs. Walk your feet in so that they're right underneath the knees. And try to hug the block more with the fronts of your thighs. That's really nerdy. Try to hug the block more with the fronts of the thighs. Bend your elbows alongside your waist, and then press the elbows down to lift up the chest and wriggle the shoulder blades together right into the back of the heart center, right into the spine. Press the center back of your skull down, and then stand through your feet to lift your hips up. And let the palms come to rest anywhere on your midsection. And as you inhale, hug the block and feel the middle expand into your palms. And as you exhale, feel the center soften as you press your feet down and forward and feel the bridge pose grow from inside out. Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. The bridge is the instrument of connection. Each and every single one of us, the breath with this body is an instrument of connection. That's the yoga across all perceived lines of difference. The breath flows from heart to heart. And we make the connections. Hug the block, press the feet down and forward, feel the bridge grow from inside out. Connecting lands and landscapes near and far. And on the exhale, slowly lower down all the way to the lap of the earth. You could hold the block and take the feet wider. You could put the block to the side, knees together, feet apart, knees together, feet apart. The palms can rest on the midsection. Feel the rise and fall of the breath in the palms of your hands. If your low back is feeling it needs a release, you can windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Try not to just hug your knees right into your chest right away. Okay, we'll come back. Knees bent, feet on the floor, right underneath the knees, block between the thighs. Bend the elbows alongside the waistline. Press the elbows down, press the center back of the skull down, and lift the chest up to draw the shoulder blades right into the back of the heart, like a cradle, like a nest for the heart center. Stand through the feet to lift the hips up. Hug the block with the fronts of the inseams or with the fronts of the thighs. You could stay right here. I love hands on midsection. You could press the palms into the earth. You could hold the outer edges of the mat and pull the mat towards the feet as you press the feet down and forward to get in there a little deeper. Some of you might interlace your hands underneath you and press the wrist knobs, the forearms to the floor. You could bring your hands to the back of the waist if you have that access. And as you hug the block, one more option is to place the hands outside the ears as wide as the fingers point towards the feet. And as you hug the block and press through the legs, the feet press down and forward, come to the top of your head. Suck the armpits in, press the feet down and forward, and then push through the arms and legs. to come into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow pose. Hug the block with the fronts of the thighs. Press the inner edges of the feet down and forward. And breathe as you are, where you are. And then as you exhale, slowly carry yourself down to earth. Put the block to the side. Take the feet as wide as the mat and let the knees rest against each other at the midsection. Enjoy the unconditional support of gravity, the unconditional bless you presence of the breath, and the rhythmic beating of your heart, always present, intrinsically peaceful, utterly powerful and luminous, the source of supreme love and divine wisdom. That is the nature and spirit of your heart, never further than your breath. Questions, comments, concerns, conundrums on that back bend? Okay, we're gonna windshield wiper the legs to the right. Pause right there for a couple of breaths. Option to place the right knee on top of the left thigh. And then inhale your legs to center, feet as wide as the mat. Let both knees fall to the left for a couple of breaths. Totally optional to place the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Okay, we're going to do one more kind of, should I say, like high heat sequence. You could take it at your own pace, and then we'll prepare ourselves to rest for the guided meditation. Let's roll all the way over to the right side. And press through strong arms. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Really important to press firmly through the inner edges of the hands, even the inner edges of the outer four fingernails. That's going to really help your wrists. On your inhale, float the right leg high to the sky. As you exhale, draw the knee to the heart center. Knee to the left arm. Pivot the back heel to the ground. Extend your right leg out to the left, and inhale to open the left arm to the sky. Push through the legs to lean back over the shoulder blades. On the exhale, left hand to the floor, spin the back heel to the sky. Pause for a breath into the IT band, hamstring, hip, wherever you feel it. And then exhale, we're going to slide the right knee outside the right wrist. Lower the back knee down, get more weight on the outer edge of the back knee. And then as you inhale, pull the knees towards each other, take flight. Half pigeon pose. Press the back knee down and forward to reach up and back. Press the back knee down and forward to reach up and back. One more breath. As you exhale, plant the hands, take the right leg up and back behind you. Open the hips, bend the top leg, lift the left armpit and press through the inner edge of the left hand. We're gonna pivot the left heel to the left. Come onto the right fingertips in super slow motion. Reach the right arm overhead towards the floor as you step the right foot behind you. Look for your feet, parallel your feet. Push through the legs, look for the floor, maybe see the floor, touch the floor. And then look for your feet. The leg on the mat goes long, the back foot steps forward, downward facing dog. Breathe, rest, feel, notice. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest, core plank. Knee to opposite arm. Extend the leg out to the right, spin the back heel to the ground. Open the right arm to the sky. Push out through your legs to lean over your shoulders. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Spin the back heel up. Pause for a breath or two. Slide the left knee outside the left wrist. Lower the back knee down, right in line with the hip. And then as you inhale, pull the knees towards each other to unfurl. Reach up and back. Press the back knee down and forward, reach up and back out of the depths of your being. On the exhale, plant the hands, take it into three-legged dog, left leg up to the sky. Open the hips, bend the top leg. Critical to keep that right armpit lifting as you pivot to the outer right heel. Reach the left arm overhead. Reach towards the earth. Look for your feet. Step the left foot behind you. Parallel the feet. Push through the legs. Look for the floor. See the floor. Maybe touch the floor. Find your feet. Leg on the mat goes long. Back leg steps forward. Downward facing dog. Right leg through to lunge. Reach your blocks way out in front of you. Right knee and toes point straight ahead. Take a big step forward and up. Supported warrior three or Urdhva Prasarita Ekapadasana. Right knee and toes point straight ahead. Maybe peek down your body and see that the back knee and toes point straight down. Bring your right hand to your right hip crease. Pull the right hip crease back. Walk the left block a little more to the center and push the block down and forward. And from the left waistline, twist your belly to the right. Draw the right shoulder up and back. Maybe reach the right arm straight up to the sky. Everyone squeeze your back leg more to the right. More. Back foot all the way to the right side of your mat and lean back on your shoulder blades. Whew. Inhale to untwist. Exhale, step it back to lunge. Downward facing dog. Push through the arms to lift through the hips, ground through the heels, claw the fingers, spread the toes. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Reach out for the blocks. Big step forward and up, supported warrior three. Blocks right underneath the shoulders. Left knee and toes point straight ahead. Legs straight, standing legs straight without being locked. And then flex your back foot and make sure the back knee and toes are pointing straight down towards the ground. Bring your left hand to your left hip crease and tack it back. Really, there's like the pro tip here is to squeeze that back leg to the midline so much you're trying to line the back foot up with the left side of your mat. From the right waistline, twist to the left. Left shoulder up and back. Maybe left arm to the sky. Squeeze the back leg more to the right. Right leg more to the left. Lean back. Just squeeze the back leg in, lean back. Inhale to untwist. Exhale, downward facing dog. Final linking vinyasa. If and as you like, we'll meet in child's pose. If child's pose doesn't suit you, then just spread yourself out on the earth for a final pranam, reclined on your belly. Enjoy your breath. Come on to your belly if you're not already, and roll onto your back. Knees bent, feet on the floor. Cross your right ankle over the thigh. You can bend the left. There, hands to thighs, right hand to right thigh, left hand to left thigh. You could thread the left arm, legs, and hold the back of thread the right arm between the legs and hold the back of your left leg for Sukhi Rendrasana. Slow, deep, full belly breaths. Keep the cross, just bring the left foot to the floor. The arms out to the sides and cactus. Cross right thigh over left thigh, take the deeper cross. Butt to the right and lower your knees to the left. Supine twist. Is it okay to touch? Yeah, shoulder just went then. That was nice. Inhale the legs through center. Uncross, shift the hips to neutral. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Option to bend the right leg in. Sukhi Randrasana. Any variation that you know. Belly breathing. Right foot, floor, cross the left thigh over the right, arms to the sides, and cactus, palms up. Shift your butt to the left and lower your knees to the right. And let the breath and gravity take over the effort here. The breath massage the visceral organs, let gravity sort of embrace the left shoulder more, let the left shoulder release into gravity. I'm right here just to do the second side. This side's okay too? Inhale the legs to center, stretch the legs out long, reach the arms overhead. Invite and enjoy the deepest, fullest, yummiest breath in, and then exhale with an audible sigh. The bottom of that breath, hug your knees in towards your chest, give yourself another really sweet, loving embrace. You can find happy baby if you like. Just take this time to scan your body with your awareness to see if there's any final poses, movements, or adjustments that you need or want to make in order to feel completely prepared to fully relax. Add or remove layers. Add or remove props. You can let your hair down, put glasses safely off to one side. In many of the texts of the yoga tradition, there are these metaphors of like cooking yourself to perfection, that's the point of the practices, is to sort of cook yourself to perfection, to make of yourself cuisine so that you're tasty to those around you. Like this is the point in your practice where you just got to see, like, am I overcooked? Am I undercooked? Not as a judgment, but just as a way to find your pace. That we live in a culture that wants us all to conform to like a cultural pace. And that yoga is the invitation to find and attune to your pace. Look for your breath. And let the breath hold your vision. I'm going to put on a track called Resonant Breath. It's not an obligation, but it's an invitation to sync your breath to the track. In a few breaths, I'll guide the metta meditation. Please feel free to tune in or tune out as it suits you. You can stay with your breath, the track, or any other practice that you have that you know and love, that suits you in your practice. Today I'll offer more of a classic metta meditation with very traditional phrases. The reminder is that with practice, to make the phrases your own, so that there's a very sincere resonance. You can repeat these in your interior landscape if you're following along. Bless you. See yourself in your heart of hearts. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I be at ease. Call to mind and heart someone you love dearly, someone you adore. Hold the vision, the energy of this person in your heart of hearts. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you be at ease. Call to mind a neutral person. So someone you don't know well, no strong feelings towards. Maybe a friend of a friend, a neighbor, someone you pass by in your routine. See this person in your mind's eye. And we offer the phrases to this person. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you be at ease. Next, we call to mind a difficult person. If you're new to this practice, I strongly urge you not to select the most difficult person. You can work up to that over time. But just a difficult person, someone who challenges you, rubs you a little the wrong way. See this person in your mind's eye, and we offer these phrases to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you be at ease. And finally, we offer the phrases to all beings. To all beings, near and far, to all beings known and unknown. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be at ease. Take the breath in and take it to heart, and let the breath carry the indwelling light of the heart from inside out, as far and as wide as you can possibly imagine. Let the currents of the breath in turn you into your heart, and let the exhale flow out from the heart over lands and seas, as far and as wide as you can imagine. May you have love, warmth, and affection. May you be happy, healthy, and whole. May you transform suffering into beauty, wisdom, and sweetness. May you be peaceful, graceful, and joyful. May it be so. The eyes still closed, a steady gaze inward. Invite a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. As you deepen the breath, feel how naturally the breath deepens you. The breath ignites the heart. The splendor of your heart informs, illuminates, and inspires the faculty of your mind and the agency of your body, so that our thoughts and our actions now more clearly reflect and reveal the nature and spirit of the heart. Let the spirit that you are begin to gently awaken the body that you have, wiggling toes and fingers, gently stretching through your arms and your legs. And as the spirit that you are awakens the body that you have, let the body that you have embrace and affirm and adorn the spirit that you are, literally wrapping yourself around yourself. For this is, and you truly are, the gift of life. And when you see this in yourself, you can more clearly see this and reflect this in those around you. When you're ready, bend your legs, feel both feet on the ground, and just take a moment to call yourself down to earth. And back to reality. Feel the embrace of this Lenape homeland. It's in our roots. And no matter who you are or where you come from, you can feel this in the roots of this land. When you're ready, you can gently roll to one side, press through strong arms, find your way into a comfortable seated posture with your eyes closed and your hands folded before your heart in Anjali Mudra. A final gesture of sincere self-reverence that acknowledges the voice of the true teacher, never further than your heart, which is never further than your breath. And a gesture that places this aspect of ourselves before us as both a guide and an offering in all we do. In so doing, bringing more curiosity and gratitude, generosity and interest to those in the world around us. As you bow to your heart, with all my heart, I bow to every one of you again today. And as always, I thank you so much for your practice, for your presence. With all my heart, I thank you for all that you are and all that you do every single day of this life. Thanks, everyone. Thanks. I was listening to a good podcast this morning on the Lenape. I posted it to my Instagram stories. If you're not on Instagram and you want that, feel free to send me a message. I think it's called the Bowery Brothers. I know nothing about them. I literally just went to my podcast search, so I hope they're not like bad guys or anything. But they're talking about the history of the Lenape. They have this great guest, Joe Baker, on. He's awesome. Their tone is a little meh, but about halfway through they get their guest on, Joe Baker, and love everything he has to say, and just great way to inform and educate ourselves for the next generation. And if you have anything like that that is just informative, a great resource, feel free to tag us and we'll reshare as well. Thanks, everyone. For what?
For either last year, collected for a waiting list.
Okay, sorry, I didn't do any announcements. The wait list for Mexico, some of the people on the wait list did not sign up. So there are like 2 or 3 spots available for Mexico. Thank you for asking, because I was only going to announce that in class. I wasn't going to necessarily advertise that like in all the channels. We have a great crew going to Mexico January 26th to February 1st. It's a yoga and fitness retreat with me and my trainer, Katie Gold of KG Strong, and Alex is also coming for cameos. I also want to let you know that from now until December 1st only, you can save $400 on our Greece retreat this summer. Greece is absolutely fucking epic. I peaked on happiness and experienced ecstasy 3 days in a row with no drugs. So if you're interested in Greece, you can save $400 until December 1st. Also, weirdly, I don't know if this is true. Someone recently told me that December 2nd is the best day to buy airline tickets. Has anyone ever heard that? Might be a myth. Speaking of myths. John Vitarelli is here on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30. Old head in the yoga Philly scene. John Vitarelli, 1:30 to 3:30, pop-up yoga. Eric is doing restorative yoga on Sunday evening. What else? We have our Black Friday to Giving Tuesday holiday deals, discounts on class cards, best price on our annual membership. Oh, these sweatshirts. These were a mistake that happened in retrograde last fall. They've been sitting in my garage for a year because I didn't know what to do with them. We now have them for sale with 100% of the money of these sweatshirts is going to Phil Abundance. So if you want a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Three Queens Yoga Mistakes sweatshirt, all of the money goes to Phil Abundance. Does anyone else have any announcements? I'm sure we have more, but that's what I could get in. Thanks for coming. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thank you. Try not to kill your loved ones. What? Because they were supposed to be gray sweatshirts with the seafoam green. Remember, that's one that we all wear from last year? But they sent this, and this is not what we ordered. So they've just been sitting around. But they're for sale now. Yeah, yeah.